Welcome back to Charles Ray's Coffee. Today we'll talk about storage of coffee. Now, before we talk about storage of coffee, we're going to talk about the type of coffee you should store. So, we believe in whole bean coffee. We believe in whole bean coffee for three reasons. One of the reasons is the better value that you have. Usually, whole beans and ground coffee are the same price. So, with whole bean coffee, which leads to the next reason, you can grind your own coffee. You can get the specific grind to either espresso or pour over or any type of coffee brewing method that you choose. So we believe in whole bean coffee for the grind size or to be able to grind it, as well as for the price. It's a similar price as a ground coffee, as well as the aroma that you get once you grind that coffee. Once you grind the coffee, you get the aroma throughout the house, so it just smells better. Makes the whole house smell like the coffee that you just brewed. Typically, you do not want to store coffee in the refrigerator. You want to keep coffee in an airtight container. Usually most coffee containers come with a sealable bag or resealable. So the biggest idea is to make sure that the coffee is sealable. Make sure you have an airtight container. Maybe that's a small jar or a bag that seals up. You want to make sure that the air stays in the bag. We recommend to keep it in the pantry or keep it in the cupboard, but you can keep it in the refrigerator. However, if you're taking the coffee in and out of the refrigerator, it can speed up the staling process. The condensation that forms on the beans can speed up the staling process and the coffee won't taste as fresh. So if you want to keep it in the refrigerator, we recommend keeping it in the refrigerator long term. Don't bring the coffee in and out. Now, some people have kept coffee in the freezer. Freezer is good for a long-term solution. As same with the refrigerator, you don't want to take the coffee in and out of the freezer as condensation can form. Now, some people keep single-serve coffee pods or single-serve coffee packets in the freezer, and that can last for a couple months. However, like I said, you don't want to take it in and out. So this will be a single serve. You place in the freezer up front, and then when you're ready to drink coffee for that day, you take it out the freezer and you're ready to brew. If you intend on keeping coffee in a cold place, keeping coffee in the cupboard or keeping coffee in the pantry is perfectly fine. Just make sure it's in an airtight container and the coffee can last for a while. Once you grind the coffee, the staling process begins. It ages very rapidly. Most people can tell the difference between fresh coffee and grounded coffee. Now, there was a test done that people tested fresh coffee versus coffee that was 12 hours old, and people could tell the difference. Fresh coffee versus coffee that's 24 hours old, people can tell the difference. So the aging process of coffee happens very quickly. So we recommend to have whole beans and to store your coffee in an airtight container. Stay tuned for the next episode.